So I finished this car probably about 2 months ago now. Still haven't really made it out to the track yet, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering why. And I feel like I owe you a little bit of an explanation to that. So for starters, obviously, I've put pretty much every dollar I've had over the last 2 years into building this car. Not only that, but all the time, resources, energy, basically everything over the last 2 years has gone into building this car. And now that it's done, kind of being able to relax and, enjoy having a life again has kind of taken over. And haven't really been too concerned or worried about driving it, to be honest. A lot of people think, oh, I just built this car to go out and shred and have fun, which I did. The car is built to go have fun with and just be an awesome car, but more than that, I built it just because I've always wanted to build something like this. It was more about the build for me from day one than the actual driving of the car, but that's not really the whole reason why I haven't been driving it. The main reason I haven't been driving it is because I don't really have the most reliable setup to get to and from the track right now. Obviously, my Durango isn't going to be able to pull anything, and kind of sick of borrowing stuff from people, so I figured I'd just take some time off from driving and doing stuff like that, and save up some money and actually get a decent setup together to be able to get my own shit to the track without having to worry about borrowing a truck and trailer. Since my trailer got stolen last year, I haven't replaced it yet. Like I said, my Durango isn't going to be able to pull anything, so I do need to get another truck. So right now I'm kind of in between, what do I do? Do I continue borrowing trucks and trailers and spending money to make it to events and then save up money in the off season and buy a better setup, or do I just, start saving money now and start putting that towards a good setup I can buy over the winter? Now, I have no intentions of doing anything else to this car over the winter. I know in the past I've said I'd like to put a dog box in it or something like that, but honestly, it still needs to be shaken down and tested out. And maybe I'll get a day, 1 or 2 days this year where I'll probably strip all the body panels off it, take it to the track, and do a proper shakedown on this car. But for actually competing and running events and stuff like that, I just can't see myself spending the money to do that right now without having the proper program to do that with. So I don't think I'm going to be running this car in any serious events or anything like that this year. I think we're going to kind of just get a solid program together. Now that the car is finished, I can spend the rest of the year, off season over the winter, putting a solid program together and getting all the proper resources I need to be able to make it to and from the track. A proper truck, proper trailer, pit crew, tools, all the stuff that I need to actually go to the track, not have to worry about struggling with things. So I think that's a good idea, and I think that's where we're going to go with this from right now. Now, that doesn't really sound like the best idea to a lot of people, I'm sure. Believe me, I want to go out and drive this thing as much as people tell me they want to go out and see me drive this thing. And I've already heard people saying oh, you spent all this money building this car that now you can't afford to drive it. And I mean, that's not even really the point, because that's one of those things people say, oh, I'm gonna spend a bunch of money in building a car and then you can't afford to drive it, because I do have a lot of time and money into this car, but I also have jack shit into that car, and I could take that car to the track anytime I wanted to as well. That's a super cheap, easy to build car, and tires are $40 a tire, so tires are nothing. Fuel costs on that thing is nothing. So it's not the actual money I need to spend to go to the track and run the events. It's having the proper program to be able to do it efficiently. I mean, I've got plenty of tires over there still. All the tires that are on this thing are still brand new. I got more wheels up in the attic. I have 20 gallons of race fuel still sitting around for this. If I had a way to get this to the track right now, I could really just take this out right now and go drive it and shake it down. I mean, like I said, this thing to me was more about the actual build and pushing my skills and my talents to see what I can do and what I can build in my garage at home. And, you know, I don't even have like the most badass tool kit or anything like that at home. You know, yeah, I do have a hoist. So I do have a car lift in my garage, which helps out. But I mean, anybody that's been following my channel for long enough knows that that thing didn't even get set up until, you know, the last stretch of this entire build. You know, my welders and stuff. My welder's a cheap Amazon welder, Harbor Freight tools. Just kind of doing what I can in my garage, and that's what this build was about for me. Just kind of seeing what I could do, and you know, yeah, I do want to get out there and drive it, but I want to do it in a way that kind of makes sense. And spending a bunch of money right now to actually just go out and drive this, when, you know, I can be saving money to put together a better program, kind of makes more sense to me right now. So in the meantime, while we're not doing this, I'm gonna keep posting videos on other things that we've been doing. So like me and my friends just, you know, screwing off on dirt bikes and doing burnouts in cars and going to car shows and stuff like that. I'm gonna post some videos up like that. Let me know what you guys think. If you want me to keep doing content like that, I'll continue to push it out there. And otherwise, you know, we'll get around to driving this thing when we get around to it. But I just thought I owed you guys a little bit of an explanation, keep you up to date. And that's gonna be it for this one. So like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you're new, follow the builds along that are not being built anymore because they're done. Yeah, I'll probably keep doing some work on the Supra here and there, so maybe I'll do some more videos on that. And until the next one, I'll catch you guys later.